But right now, Wyoming Senator John Barrasso, he was at today's meeting with the president. He is the chairman of the Republican Policy Committee. Sir, thanks for being here. You had a chance to listen to Senator Schumer there. What did you make of his remarks?
Well, Dana, thanks for having me. I think it was a mistake on the part of Senator Schumer and Nancy Pelosi to not go to the White House. I know in the 8 years that President Obama was in the White House, when Republicans were invited to go to visit and meet with the president, they always did so. There is important work that needs to be done, and we need to make sure we fund the government, we fund the military, we do what we need to do with children's health care. All of those things are important. These have to be bipartisan efforts, and they have to be signed by the President of the United States. I think it's always better to meet and to talk.
So the government runs out of money next Friday. Weeks go by pretty fast. Do you think that there's going to be some sort of stopgap measure to push it forward a little bit?
Well, I believe there will be, but most importantly, the president came today to Capitol Hill to meet with the Republican members of the Policy Committee to talk about the economy, to talk about what we need to do with tax relief, to talk about the consumer confidence that's at an all-time high right now, and what we need to do to continue this incredible economic growth that we've had because of the regulatory relief that's been provided by the Trump administration. We need to continue to build on that, and tax reductions and tax relief for American families is a very big part of it.
Is there any insight that you can give us of what the president said to maybe some of those senators who are a little reluctant, trying to get to yes on tax reform? Did he offer to provide some air cover on any of those districts?
Well, the president is absolutely committed, as am I, to getting this done. Senator Isaacson from Georgia gave a wonderful speech about this being a once-in-a-generation opportunity to reform our tax code in a way to actually keep the promises that we have made, to lower rates, to have a simpler, fairer tax system. We went through all of this, to have the investments in America, to keep jobs in America, to stop sending money overseas. And as a result of all of these, this will have a strong and healthy economy. The president talked about that, and then he talked about the importance, once we do this, of then moving on to the kind of health care reform, welfare reform, the things that we can do with infrastructure as well. And remember, a big part of this tax relief bill is also the relief from the mandate, the individual mandate of the health care law that says people have to buy a government-approved product.
So then what is the process, if you could just walk us through, because we think the committee vote is happening maybe as we speak right now, possibly a Senate floor vote tomorrow, and then the House and Senate get together and try to get this done before Christmas?
That is absolutely the timeline. We are planning to have the vote on the floor this week in the United States Senate. It'll be opportunities to have amendments offered and ways to improve the legislation. But the promises are kept by what we have proposed here in the Senate. It's lowering tax rates. It's a simpler, fairer tax system. It includes additional investment in America, makes it easier for jobs to come home. The things that I heard about this past weekend in Wyoming were the things about doubling the deduction, the standard deduction to $24,000 for a family of four, doubling the child tax credit.
Right.
All of these things that are important at home, and basically the idea is letting people keep more of their hard-earned money. For people who have done the math, they know that it's a good program for them.
Well, I love to hear what the people of Wyoming are thinking. That's my home state senator there, John Barrasso. Thanks for being here today, sir.
Thanks for having me.